Hi. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I love that dog painting in the
Hi.
background.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big one. I'm having it tucked. But yeah, so I'm gonna frame it up real quick. So
Okay.
hello everybody. This is Tati Sharpton, assistant editor over at Boulder-based, and I have Ryan Bashour here with Shagg Box, a local adult store, like online adult store, retailer, like educator, just plugged into this whole sexual wellness system. And we're doing a test uh, Zoom interview. So enjoy. Yes. So Ryan, thanks for joining us. I wanted to ask you, how's it been? How's your store been since we last talked?
It's been just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit better. So everything, it's growing nicely.
Good. I saw the YouTube video that you guys made recently where you went out on Pearl Street, or like it wasn't you, it was I forget her name. Vanessa? No.
Yeah, India. She was
India.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
we went
and
out there.
did you guys like how did you get the people? So they went you want to tell what they did, what you guys did?
Yeah, so basically, last month was sexual wellness month. So I grabbed the camera, and India, and I thought of some questions that would be good to ask people on the street regarding sexual wellness and like what it means to them and everything like that. So we went out there on Pearl Street downtown and asked a bunch of people about sexual wellness. And then this month is actually like kink month, you know?
Oh,
So
nice.
we actually shot another video doing the same thing a couple days ago, but this time we went out at night and we got some I guess people were like, having fun downtown or whatever. So we
Mhm.
got people who were like a little bit looser about talking about things, and honestly, they were both great.
Nice. That's yeah, I loved seeing that because I think it's important to normalize talking about that kind of stuff, especially the variety too that of people that you got was really interesting.
Right.
Just like it's like the ordinary person, because there is such a stigma of like, like, well, now it's definitely coming around as to more normalize like sexual wellness, a part of your whole body, mind, energy, like physiology. But I feel like, prior there was always this like taboo of like a certain kind of person that talks openly about sex, and and it's like negative. So I love that you're normalizing it by just bringing all kinds of people in and making it like human.
Totally, totally. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. We're trying to normalize it. I think with it being stigmatized as like an abnormal thing to talk about is why like a lot of companies and why this industry just isn't um to a point where uh we regulate this stuff, and it's because we don't talk about it, and I think it's super important to talk about because that's how the change kind of starts. So
And I didn't know that there are a lot of parts not regulated to like the sex toy industry until talking to you actually earlier this year.
right,
So,
exactly, because yeah, we don't talk about it. And honestly, I wouldn't have known about it until I worked in the industry. I didn't know anything about it. So
that's
that,
important because that's like bringing it's like bridging that gap between like the inner and the outer, and really like making it so that it's safe, so you can talk about it openly, practice all of the safety like safe elements, so that you can just really like get to know yourself in that way. So I have a question though. When you went out, did you guys like out on the streets, did you preface any of the people you approached with like, hey, we are, XYZ, this is what we're doing, or did you just like, okay, how did that
yeah,
work?
yeah, we were just like, hey, we're with shaggbox.com, a sexual wellness company, and it's sexual wellness month, and we were wondering if we can ask you some questions regarding sexual wellness. I really wish I recorded more of the no's.
Mm,
Um,
that'd be a
it'd
cool
be,
montage.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it went really well too. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just talking about like going out into the field and bringing a camera and approaching people. I've done that. It's very you have to be like, resilient, because some people just, I mean, I've been on the other end of that too, where I'm like, do not bother me. Can you tell? And I'm like
Right.
pulling out my phone on purpose. So but yeah, it's good to see, like it's good to see you know, that like very real experience. I could see a funny montage of like, no, 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 like snap
Totally.
together.
But honestly, India is so good that like um people want to respond positively. You know what I mean? Like the way she asks people and like the way she approaches people is very like personable, you know?
Mm,
Um and honestly, like I don't think it would have turned out as well if I was asking people, you know, or if someone else was asking
right.
people. So I think we got a good match there.
Yeah, it's also kind of an interesting element. Um, like I don't know if that goes into like a woman having very automatically, oftentimes having a nurturing feeling. So it's like there's a lot of different layers of curiosity that I can see in that like scenario. But sweet.
Totally.
So what do you have on the agenda for the rest of the year? Like what's your focus going to be up until 2021?
Okay, so we got the fall box
Yes.
that started in October, this beginning of this month, right? And it's going through January through I'm sorry, not January, December 31st. And basically we're just trying to get more people subscribed uh to the fall box. It's a really good box this season. I
Was
don't
it?
know how we get away with it, but yeah, that's pretty much a lot of our marketing efforts right there are going to be kind of directed towards that. We shot a bunch of videos.
Wait, hang on. Tell me what's in the fall box.
Okay, so in the in the box this season, right? Um, we got some great stuff. Let me just like think about it real quick. I know we have a book in there, so education is huge for us, right?
Hmm.
So we have a book in there. It's like the little book of sex hacks, you know what I mean? And like it's basically just little different things you can do with like either like household items or like things that you can do with your partner to like increase you know, the pleasure for everyone. Like I think the most overlooked part of, and I think it's more of a society thing, but like one of the more overlooked things about sex is foreplay for one, you know, and when we think about sex, we usually just think about penetrative sex, you know, so
Hmm.
like penis and vagina. But sex can be a lot more than that. You know what I mean? Like, um, it's like a bonding experience, especially like through foreplay. Foreplay is huge and it's very overlooked, unfortunately. But I think we're coming around as a society to realize that, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just we want it's so weird like when we talk about heteronormative sex, right? So between a man and a woman, you know what I mean? Because I think we all know that like sex with men and sex with women, um, it's a different experience, you know.
Hmm.
Like men we're super easy to have, you know what I mean, to get done. It
Hmm.
doesn't take much, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not speaking for all men, but it's super easy to like for a man to finish. And what we find statistically speaking in heteronormative sex is that men tend to finish and climax more than women do, right?
Hmm.
And what that does is it psychologically plays an effect on women where it's like, oh, like I can't climax, or we get these things where like, oh, I've never had an orgasm, you know what I mean? And it's really got nothing to do with well, actually, it has everything to do with our anatomy, you know, and like how women respond to stimulus is a lot different than how men respond to stimulus. And it's important, I feel, to get especially couples or people who want to enjoy sex together on the same page, you know, because that way everyone can climax and everyone can enjoy the experience, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, like the communication is huge. I like what you said about the foreplay element becoming more of a thing, like talked about and whatnot. It definitely it's like I mean play, it's in there, you know? So it's like instead of sex
yeah,
being just like this taboo reproductor reproductive exercise that you breed and you make more humans, and then you don't like ever talk about it because it's like super personal. Of course, for everyone it's different, but I
Right.
love that, like bringing in like the playful element of it, you know, and really like enjoying the deliciousness of the moment of being with your partner, even if it's like sitting across the room looking at each other, you know, like it could be just that, like playing with that energy without automatically doing something about it.
Right. I think you hit the nail on the head, you know. There's like a lot to be said for like anticipation, which is what's great about our boxes, what's great about especially our couples box, is that we recognize that everyone responds to stimulus different, right? So you can be a male couple, two men. You can be a female couple, two females. You could be heteronormative couple, or you could any kind of couple.
Mhm.
However you identify, you know what I mean. Our boxes are really put together, right, so for the maximum experience for everybody, right? So
Mhm.
it is a pretty gender neutral box. So we got the sex hacks book, right? It is kink month. So we have like some kinky things in there too. We got a nice little collar and a leash.
Oh.
Um, yeah, play with a little dominant play. You know what I mean? Yeah.
My dog just started growling about it.
Well, this isn't made for your dog, so
Yeah.
uh, just put your dog at ease. I don't want
Right.
your dog to feel uncomfortable.
I know, right? You didn't hear anything, Jazzy. It's fine.
Right?
But what else you got?
The mommy leash. Okay. We also got a paddle, right, for
Ooh,
spanking. And it's got little hearts in it, right? And if you spank right with it, you can leave little heart imprints
nice.
wherever you want on your partner, right, or on yourself, whatever you want
Yes.
to do with it.
Little fairy.
Um, you know, which is again a super like gender neutral thing, you know. Um, Another thing that we have in there is this thing called nip zip, where it like makes your nipples like stimulated, you know, it's like a tingling like kind of,
Hmm.
yeah. And you know what's interesting is there's actually a nerve that runs from our nipples for men and women down to our intimate region, right? Our
Mm.
For me it's a dick, the cock and balls, and
Mhm.
like for someone else it's something else, you know.
Mhm.
Um and then the last thing that we have in there is it's a vibrator, right? And basically it has two kind of shafts like that, and then the base is down here. It's super easy to operate. If you want to use it, male or female internally, right?
Mhm.
Um, the ears on it too are really nice because like you can get let's say we're talking about a vagina, right? Um, you can get some good pinching action there on the clit and on the lips, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Or if you're talking about a cock, like we can get like it in between
Mm.
the two, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
kind of
So
stroke with it. So
yeah. So wait,
again, it's a super
how much
gender.
is? What were you gonna say? Oh,
Uh,
gender neutral. Wait.
Yeah,
How
very
much?
gender neutral toy, but it applies to everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And
So how much is the full box? Like a month.
so the
That's
box is valued at 120. We sell them at 110.
a really good deal for all of that stuff.
Dude, totally.
Wow.
And
Nice.
also too, if you subscribe, it's 10% off that price as well. So it comes down to I think like $90.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, very cool. Well, yeah, I know we are just about out of time, but did you want to tell me the other things you're about to get into, like your new video program or?
Okay, yeah, just real quick.
Yeah.
We're just shooting more videos. Yeah, we got Zoe, our resident expert. We shot some incredible videos with her the other day about choking and the proper way to choke, right?
Hmm.
We shot one about I actually got done editing 5 ways I think it is, or 3 or 5 ways that men can use vibrators video.
Cool.
We shot a couple more rope tutorials, which people love the rope tutorials.
Yeah, that's
People
something
don't,
that's like beautiful too.
right.
The Yeah, it seems like a very meditative. It's like a good way to kind of like, I don't know, like a process. It's like very process based. So you have that
Right.
kind of energy going into it, like ritual process and
Totally.
all that kind of stuff.
And I
Very
think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about like, you know, foreplay and like setting the mood, like taking the time, roping up, messing around in
yeah.
between. You know, beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's in any way, like whether sexually or not, it's so important for us to slow down and like feel our bodies, and like even if it's laying on the floor and like rolling your neck, you know, just like literally taking the time to slow down and like connect with
Yeah,
yourself. It's
it feels so good.
yeah, so important for all like full body health. But anywho, thank you, Ryan, for doing this. It has been so fun.
Happy. Thank you, Tati. You are fantastic.
Likewise, and thank you for all your support always. And best of luck with Shagg Box and your next out venture in the
All
world.
right.
Wish me luck as I try to put this to YouTube.
All right. Good luck.
All right, thanks, man. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Bye.
Hey, stop recording and then let's talk.
Okay, wait.
Sorry if I